because the ball is a little, right in the
it hit
face.
Bademosi in the helmet.
And look at Bademosi play it up.
Whoa.
Look at him, he's like, wait, I can get a penalty. Oh, down goes Frazier.
This is not only the worst flop in NFL history, but it may very well be the worst flop in sport. No, scratch that, human history. Johnson Bademosi falls to the ground after Robby Anderson spikes a ball that hits him in the face mask. Not the face mask. After the game, in defense of himself, Bademosi said, "It wasn't a flop, it caught me by surprise, and I'm usually on my knees when I have balls in my face. And my mouth wasn't even open yet, for Christ's sake." This isn't Bademosi's only gaffe. He once pointed in the wrong direction after his team recovered a fumble, which occurred the same week Gosder Sherilis got laughed at by NFL referees for his flop after DeMarcus Lawrence pushed him. Sherilis is pushing Lawrence, who is already on the ground, and then tries to play the victim. Who does he think he is? The fucking president? I haven't seen a flop that bad since the Ravens defense gave up a 49-yard touchdown to bounce themselves from the playoffs last weekend against the Bengals. It was a win so shocking that it proved Bills fans, while lacking in brains, have giant hearts, as they donated a significant amount of money to Andy Dalton's charity as a thank you to the Bengals for helping the Bills get into the playoffs. This episode is sponsored by BetDSI.com. There's a link in the description. BetDSI is one of the best sports books out there, and if you use my code GOOD25, BetDSI is giving you $25 free to wager however you want. Any game, any sport, and that includes the NFL playoffs starting this weekend. I am giving you $25 free, and if you think you're smart enough, savvy enough, with the NFL playoffs coming up here, you can turn my $25 free into more money for yourself. If you don't think that's a good deal, you're an idiot. Welcome to That's Good Sports. I am Brandon Perna. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you're on Facebook, share the videos. But the firing of head coaches, aka Black Monday, has come and gone for the 2017-18 NFL season. The craziest thing this year is that the coach with by far the worst record over the last two seasons, the Browns, Hugh Jackson, owning a 1-31 record, keeps his job. But Jim Caldwell in Detroit with a 36-28 record is gone. 2 playoff appearances and 3 winning seasons, but he is fired. Dunzo Calrissian. Now, I actually understand why Cleveland would keep Hugh Jackson. The biggest problem for the Browns, besides their owner, Jimmy Haslam, the only crook bigger than Roger Goodell in the NFL, was Sashi Brown, Mr. Moneyball himself. Sashi's dumbass was the idiot who didn't think Carson Wentz or Deshaun Watson were worth drafting. And he was the main reason the Browns' trade attempt for A.J. McCarron failed. The Browns are a mess, but I believe Hugh Jackson deserves a chance to try and build a team with his input, you know, a guy who understands football, and actually get a QB he really wants, which is a possibility since the Browns have the 1st and 4th overall pick in the 2018 NFL Draft. Jim Caldwell was fired by the Detroit Lions. Their GM, Bob Quinn, said he felt that the team needed a new voice, which makes me believe the frontrunner to land the job is Bruno Mars. Clearly a great voice. Do we have footage of what it felt like when Jim Caldwell was fired?
Down goes Frazier. He is out.
Yeah, getting fired with a winning record feels like getting spiked in the face. Just ask John Fox. Well, that's how John Fox felt when the Broncos fired him, but John Fox was now just fired by the Chicago Bears after 3 straight last place finishes in the division. He had a 14-34 record. Overall, John Fox is a winning coach because of Peyton Manning, but he finished in Chicago second to only Gabe Jabron with the 2nd worst winning percentage in Bears history. If you're coming in 2nd place to a guy named Abe, you know it's a long time since it's been that bad. John Fox with the worst coaching record for the Chicago Bears since coach Lancelot Brengerius Lambequin, who coached the team in the year 1500. Jack Del Rio was fired by Mark Davis, which is like being fired by Brick Tamland from Anchorman.
I read somewhere that their periods attract bears. The bears can smell the menstruation.
Del Rio was axed in favor for Jon Gruden, who supposedly already has the job, even though the Raiders have to abide by the Rooney Rule and interview at least one black head coaching candidate. And that's the real reason it's called Black Monday in the NFL after a handful of coaches get fired every season. It forces many of the billionaire white racist owners to say, "Ah, shit, now we have to interview a black guy. Typical Black Monday. Huh, guys? Huh, rich white friends? That, of course, is a joke. Everybody knows only half of the NFL owners are actually racist. Chuck Pagano was officially fired on Sunday, but we all knew the exact moment he would not be back in Indianapolis for 2018 was when he said this after week 12 this year.
I got you, babe. I got you, babe. Yeah, went down, got my coffee, said hello to the gal in the coffee shop, stole the money out of the back of the truck, drove my truck off the, into the tar pit or whatever, off the landfill.
This does allow Chuck Pagano to officially pursue his dream to be a film critic. Bruce Arians retired in an emotional press conference, and yes, a guy with the last name Arians retiring on Black Monday is ironic. And don't forget that McAdoo was fired early in the season. He is currently the front runner to join the stupid haircut club in Oakland with Mark Davis and Jon Gruden. If you don't believe that, well, I can confirm that the Denver Broncos actually have interest in talking to McAdoo about becoming their next QB coach. If their goal for 2018 is to get even worse play from their quarterbacks, this is a very smart move. A very smart fucking move. And that's it. There are a bunch of coaching vacancies in the NFL right now. One of them is still not the Bengals, as Marvin Lewis just refuses to leave his office. The biggest difference, though, this year is that the top 3 highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL for this season, Andrew Luck, Matthew Stafford, and Derek Carr, need new head coaches. So basically, they are all like The Bachelor, except there's 3 of them. The Bachelor 3-Way, the after-hours show for those who want to see a little more. Thanks for watching That's Good Sports. Make sure you subscribe here on YouTube. You gotta subscribe. If you want to keep this channel alive, I am on Patreon. Patreon.com/thatsgoodsports. Fan funding is the future for dumb football talkers like me. I appreciate the support. If you want to talk football on a social platform, I'm on Twitter, @BrandonPerna.